with dominoes.
Today is September 11th, 2017.
Yep.
My name is Joe Todd. This is an interview with Leroy Carter in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Sir, where were you born?
In Bartlesville. On Comanche.
When's your birthday?
1/5/30.
Who was your father?
J.W. Carter.
J.W. Carter?
Yeah, he was World War I.
Yeah. And your mother?
Audie Mae Carter.
Audie.
A-U-D-I-E.
And what was her maiden name?
Mae. M-A-E.
What was her maiden name before she was married?
Brantley.
Brantley?
Yeah.
Did you go through school in Bartlesville? Did you go through school in Bartlesville?
Yeah.
What year did you graduate?
Huh?
What year did you graduate from high school?
Well, I didn't graduate. I finished in the service.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Where did you start? Where did you start the school?
Huh?
Where did you start school? Elementary.
Here.
Well,
Horseman.
Horseman.
On 11th and Armstrong. 11th and Jennings.
Yep. And you say you lived on Comanche? You say you lived on Comanche?
Yeah, I was born out here by the bridge.
Yeah. What was your address on Comanche?
I don't know what it was there. I was too little to know then.
Okay. In school, who was your favorite teacher?
Miss Smith, I would have to say. Hell, she's probably dead by now.
Why was she your favorite?
Oh, she's just an ordinary gal, you know. She's real nice.
What type of work your father do?
He was a metal drawer out in National Zinc.
National Zinc. What'd you do for recreation, your time off? What'd you do for fun on your time off?
Running around with my buddy. He got killed in Vietnam.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
What was his name?
James E. Bailey. Got killed September the 4th of 64.
64.
The 82nd one killed over there.
Yep. You climbed Circle Mountain? Did you climb Circle Mountain? Did you climb Circle Mountain?
Out here?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes.
What'd you do up there?
That's private business. No, we worked with some girls at the West Union who was kids.
Yeah.
And we go up on top and just sit there and watch traffic.
Yep.
Years ago, when the Western Union was turned down.
Yep.
Rode a bicycle for 35 cents an hour.
For 35 cents an hour?
Yeah, I'm at 25 cents an hour.
For Western Union?
Deliver telegrams.
Delivering telegrams.
And if you had a death telegram from World War II, you had to stay right there and read it to them, make sure somebody was there to take care of them. It was something else.
Where were you on December 7th, 1941,
December 7th,
when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor?
I was here going to school down something. I don't know what it was.
When you heard about the attack, what did you think? When you heard about the attack, what did you think? When you heard about the attack on Pearl Harbor, what did you think?
I said, they're stinking rats. And that's what it amounted to.
Did you help with the scrap metal drives and rubber drives during the war?
Huh?
Did you help with the scrap metal drives and rubber drives during the war?
I still can't teach
Did you help with the scrap metal drives You know, they collected scrap metal.
Oh God, me and old J.P.T. Gilbert, we used to junk and sell that stuff. They must have been, at one time, a foundry. Well, it would be H.C. Price had the land later on. Must have been a foundry there, and I started scraping around. You know, window weights used to be in your house. I found hundreds of them damn things is there. And got them in the wagon back and forth down the junkyard, making our weekend money.
Where was the junkyard?
Huh?
Where was the junkyard?
On, would it be First or Second Street, right there where was the old ice plant on, what street is that? First Street?
Yeah, that Crystal Ice.
Yeah, it was right straight across from First Street there.
Yeah. What was the name of that junkyard?
Richard Heeman.
Richard?
Heeman, he was a Jew. Real good old boy though.
How did rationing affect you during the war?
Huh?
How did rationing affect you?
It didn't bother me too much because we had motorbikes then. We got our own gas coupon from the office.
What'd you do on VJ Day when the war ended?
Huh?
What'd you do on VJ Day when the war ended?
I really don't remember.
How many death telegrams did you deliver?
Only 2 or 3 at the most. Yeah, there wasn't too many around there.
So did you enlist or were you drafted?
Huh?
Did you enlist or were you drafted?
Well, I told you, I told them a little fake lie. I got my questionnaires, and I went down and joined the regular army.
When'd you join?
Right here, and then went to Oklahoma City for physical.
When did you join?
In 46.
You know what month you joined? What month did you join?
I can't remember that. It was, I keep wanting to say May, but I don't think so. It was early in
Okay.
46.
Where'd you go for your basic training?
El Paso, Texas, Fort Bliss.
Tell me about basic.
This old boy who was a corporal when we started taking basic. Carter, he says, can't you know which is left or right? And I said, yeah, this is my right and this is my left. He said, well, why in the hell don't you step off them like you're supposed to? I said, I keep forgetting. He said, well, put this brick in that pocket. And he probably remember.
What type of training did you have in basic?
Huh?
What type of training did you have in basic?
Infantry, regular infantry training.
How long basic last?
8 weeks.
8 weeks. What's your most vivid memory of basic?
Huh?
What's your most vivid memory of basic?
Damn rifle range, all that noise. That's about it.
So, from Fort Bliss, where'd you go?
Well, came home on leave, went to Camp Stone, California, then shipped out and went to Tokyo, Japan, and landed in Yokohama.
What ship you on?
What ship? It was an old captured wooden floor, squeaked like I don't know, Italian ship that in. It's probably driving around in some of these new cars.
How long that trip take?
We must have been on the water at least 3 weeks. We had to go around the typhoon that was building up. We went around there.
Where'd you sleep on the ship?
Huh?
Where did you sleep on the ship?
Down below in the canvas cots.
How high were they stacked?
About 4 and 5 high. Pretty high. You had to watch your nose to be rubbing the other guy.
Which hammock did you have?
I was down on the bottom one because I threw my duffel bag right on that thing.
Many guys get seasick?
Huh?
Did many guys get seasick?
Oh God, I reckon, but I never got seasick.
What did they tell you to do in case the ship was sinking?
Huh?
What did they tell you to do in case the ship was sinking?
Get your life vest on and head for the boats. This is a ship. We carry boats.
How many men were on the ship?
I don't know. There was a bunch of us.
Was there enough lifeboats?
Huh?
Were there enough lifeboats for
Oh
everybody?
yeah, there would have been enough lifeboats.
Okay. How'd you pass the time on the trip?
Playing cards and dominoes.
So what'd you do in Yokohama?
What did I do in the army?
In Yokohama.
Huh?
You said you landed in Yokohama, Japan?
That's where the boat docked at the dock in Yokohama. Then we went in Tokyo to our assignment where we was to be. And we was quartered just a little distance from Tokyo, but we patrolled all of Tokyo plumb down to what we call the border between Tokyo and Yokohama. And the Yokohama took on that other part. And I rode a motorcycle over there because they asked me if anybody that could ride a motorcycle. I held my hand up. He said, "Do you think he can ride this thing here?" And it was being wrecked so much it was running about like that. I said, "We'll give her a shot." It was all right. And he said, "Well, can you train the rest of these guys?" And I said, "Yeah, I can train them because I've been riding since I was about 12, 13 years old." So we had 26 bikes in our company. And very few guys wanted to ride a motorcycle in that traffic because it was drizzling. Up and down the Ginza, and I've seen pictures of Ginza and I didn't look and I couldn't tell you nothing about it, but we directed traffic. Our guys that get the tallest guys in our company had to be at least 6 foot tall to direct traffic. We directed traffic right there in front of the Ernie Powell Theater there on the Ginza. And the PX and commissary was right on down the road. Then MacArthur's headquarters was just about a block from us there, from the Palace grounds. And B Company directed traffic over there. I was an A Company of the 720th Military Police. Yes, and the police in Yokohama, they patrolled it. We'd meet, that was 519, was our MP number. But we had A, B, I think there's 3 or 4 companies of us there, and had an old Japanese barracks. It was like an orange grate board with mud in between for insulation, and orange grate board for the walls inside.
What was the attitude of the Japanese people toward you?
Oh, I think they was nice people myself. They'd bow to you, and if some of them speak English and talk to you. I can speak a little bit of Japanese, but I'm about to forget it all now.
So how long are you in Japan?
14 or 15, about 18 months total.
What's your most vivid memory of Japan?
Well, I hate to say it, but I met this little old gal. She is what they call a niche girl. And she got hung up over there. She was from California. She got hung up over there for some reason till after the war was over. Then she, unusual because all her clothes were silk, like they are here in the States. Real good old gal. I got a picture of her at home.
And what kind of girl was she?
She was what they call a niche girl. That's what a Japanese, when they come to America them days, they called them a niche girl. Why? I don't know.
Yeah.
But she was a Japanese. Nice looking little swan-eyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from Japan, where'd you go?
Huh?
From Japan, where did you go?
I came home. Bought me a new motorcycle. And pedaled it around.
How was the trip home?
About like it was going over.
Yeah.
Rough riding that damn boat. I've been across that pond 4 times, and I flew home one time from Vietnam. The rest of them's been boats.
So when you came home, where were you based?
Huh?
When you came home, where were you based?
I got discharged.
You got discharged.
Yeah, then I went and joined the Guard. Then I went to work out the Little Rock.
What'd you do out there?
Oh, I helped the carpenter, but inside the museum, when Monday, Wednesday, and Friday was when it was conducted, and we'd have to take them in room by room, and if they asked you any questions, if you could answer them, okay. If not, get Pat. He'd tell them what it was.
That was Pat Patterson.
Oh, Pat Patterson, yeah.
What kind of guy was he?
He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he not? What kind of guy was he?
Well, he paralyzed. He was crippled. He'd get in that Dodge convertible in that right foot, and if he had hit the brakes, he had to pick his leg up and throw it off the brake. He was raised in Woodward. He was raised in. But he's a real good old guy, though.
So what unit in the Guard did you join? What unit in the Guard did you join?
I was some unit of the 45th here in Oklahoma.
Here in Bartlesville?
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you do in the Guard?
Just might as well say nothing. But it boils down to just draw that little weekend paycheck.
So when did you go back into service?
Went back in the service. They called me back in when the Korean conflict broke out. And I was supposed to have a refresher course down in Fort Hood, Texas. In 2 weeks, I was home, getting ready to go overseas to Saigon. And instead of Saigon, we landed on the other side of Saigon. I forgot what to call it. And then we just went on north. And they profiled me from my waist on down because it was cold. Dang, it was cold over there. And I could have been on disability from then till now till 2:05.
Mhm.
He says, why'd you wait for him? I says, I had a good job, good insurance, they furnished my hearing aids, everything. And I didn't have to pay a dime. Working for Douglas Aircraft at the time in Tulsa, drove back and forth.
So what did you do in Korea?
Rifleman,
What unit were you in the 45th were you attacked? What unit in the 45th?
I don't know what the heck they call it, it's been so long down.
Okay.
No, I was what they call a AR man, that's a Browning automatic rifleman. And I carried all the clips that I could carry, and my ammo bearer, he had 2 cans of 30 ammunition we carried. It was spread them out.
When did you land in Korea?
Huh?
When did you go to Korea?
1950.
1950.
Yep.
So what happened in Korea?
Snow and climbing mountains. I swore that I would spend 2 tours in Vietnam before I'd ever spend another tour in Tokyo. I mean, in
Korea?
Korea.
Yeah.
We'd sit there. Well, which one of these mountains we gonna be on tonight? Probably the highest one around here. And it took us almost 2 o'clock to get up there. Dig in around it. Oh, it was a living bull.
Why was it so bad?
Hmm?
Why was Korea so bad?
Chinamans and the Koreans. We had our artillery sitting on this side of the Han River when the Chinese came in. Oh, like 250,000 of them. The first row had weapons, and they was shooting them down in the second row and pick them up. And that river was running red. We could have whipped to the whole damn bunch, but Johnson and them wanted to get out, and that's where it ended. And the Koreans wouldn't sign the treaty, but China did, see. That's what made us dang bad, all them Chinamans coming in. But we almost wiped them all out. We had one on them, we captured him, we tied him on the front of the Jeep. Cold. But they had these real insulated pants, and we had fatigues, is all we had. I had a summer sleeping bag in 30 below zero weather. And this one old boy got shot, and Dr. Bowers was working on his leg down there, and I said, Doc, he's gonna go home. He said, what do you mean? A compound wound. Yeah, he said, you're stateside material. And I want your Arctic sleeping bag. He says, take anything you want. I put that summer one down inside of it. Slept like a king when you can get a chance to sleep. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
God damn cold. I don't know where I am now, but I'm about to freeze and now this damn air conditioning in. I wear my coat in there. Gets down my neck and they won't let you close the band.
How many battles were you in Korea?
Oh, hell, I don't remember. All I remember is the first one.
Where was that?
Where it was at, I don't know. Don't even know the name of the place. But the the next morning and the lieutenant came down and he says, well, I guess you can wear this combat infantry badge now. You got shot at last night, didn't you? And I says, yeah. So that's what it was. But Vietnam to me was a lot worse on a person than what Korea was.
Why?
Because you was vulnerable up there in them damn slow helicopters. We had our original A model was rigged up home deal. A 30 caliber machine gun, they made a clamp to go around the skids. You could bolt the machine gun there like that, and took an iron and bolted on for a backfire. If you got one of the mess for you could reach out and pull it. Cut a hole in the floor of the airplane to feed the ammunition up to the gun. Then we finally got the new B models, which had hard points, and they had 460s on them, 16 rockets, 8 on each side. And it was luxury then.
What helicopter?
Bell, they called it
That's the Huey?
Huey.
Huey.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the B model Huey. It had all of them. We was on the A model.
Well, let me back up. How long were you in Korea?
61, I think I came home in 62 or 63.
You came home from Korea in what, 62?
62 or 63, I can't remember which it was.
So you were in Korea, what, about 12 years?
Huh?
So you were in Korea a long time.
Seemed like it was a year and a half or 2 years we must have been there.
So you came home at 52?
No, this is in the 60s.
So you were in Korea 12 years?
Oh, in Korea?
Yeah, in Korea.
Oh, I was on the foreign line for 8 months, and I only spent about a year there.
Okay.
I was in combat line for 8 months and 23 days.
What's your most vivid memory of Korea?
Cold and freeze your butt off. That was the worst thing in the whole thing. Everybody thought that.
What about the local people in Korea?
It's very few of them I ever talked to. Very few. In Vietnam, yeah, they always said, you can go to town. We was based there at Thompson at the airport there in Saigon. But don't go by yourself. Always take 1 or 2 guys with you. Because then we called them communists, come into town and ride around, then go back and find.
Now, when did you go to Vietnam?
Hmm?
When did you go to Vietnam?
When they go? Well, it was in 61.
61?
Yeah.
What unit were you with in Vietnam?
Huh?
What unit were you with in Vietnam?
I can't remember unless I have my discharge papers.
Okay.
Yeah. It was early 61.
So what'd you do in Vietnam?
I was a crew chief on an armored helicopter.
So what does a crew chief do?
Hmm?
What does a crew chief do?
Maintained the airplane, and one of my old, I call them gunners, was old Jumpin' Joe Stillwell, General. He was a man. I'd salute him, I said, thank you, General. He says, no, Sergeant Carter. He says, I'm your gunner today. What does your gunner do? I says, he cleans the weapon, swabs the tubes off the rockets, and reloads it. He says, I'm your gunner today. Do it all. But everybody liked that old man, but he got killed coming in, flying across the pond, cracked up in the ocean. Never did find nothing of him. They was gonna give him another star, and he says, you can take this one and rabbit up here and you don't want, if you don't take. No, he was just common. Jumpin' Joe, they called him.
Why were we in Vietnam? Why were we in Vietnam?
Why was I fighting the communists? It's just like any place else where there's a parallel, there's always going to be trouble. Let's see, which one was it that just settled up on the parallel? I settled it, and it was all right. And it would be all right here if they did it. But north is too damn bullheaded.
But that's North Vietnam.
Yeah.
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 So what's your most vivid memory of Vietnam?
Huh?
What's your most vivid memory of Vietnam?
Nice, warm. You could fly missions in your damn shores, which we done a lot of just regular shores.
What type of quarters did you have in Vietnam?
Tents,
Tents.
yeah. We pitched in the graveyard right there at the airport.
There at Ton Son.
Yeah, Thompsonette,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So how long were you in Vietnam?
Oh, I'd say a year and a half at the most.
What about the local people in Vietnam?
Yeah, they was pretty good people, I think myself. Because I'd go down to the bar and have a beer with them once in a while. I got acquainted with much of the, I call them barmaids,
Yeah.
but they're all right. It's north, one of the people up north that even would like to see them do away with that parallel where they go back and forth their relation. But,
So when did you leave Vietnam?
huh?
When did you leave Vietnam?
When did I leave it? You asking me and I can't remember them things. I'm a hell of a lot older now than what I was then. Hell, I'm 87 right now. I can't remember some stuff.
When did you get your discharge?
Huh?
When did you get your final discharge?
Out of Oakland, California. That's where we got discharged and flew home.
When? Do you recall?
I don't want to say positive 62 or 63. Because my 6-year enlistment was dropping almost over with. And I'm about to freeze my ass off in here.
So what'd you do after the Army?
Huh?
What'd you do after the Army? What did you do when you got your discharge?
Went back to work at the airplane building there.
Douglas Aircraft.
Yeah.
What'd you do at Douglas?
What did I do in Douglas?
Yes.
Built fighter planes and modified all them away model B-52s that used water and wings to spray the water to give them more push on the turbines. You could hold that skin up and it looked like a screen war from the salt water. That magnesium, we had one heck of a job doing them son of guns. And all it was a flat piece of metal, you had to take one off and just hope you could drill it like that. And then we got so we'd go around and find a pipe that would fit on and bend it around the pipe. It was all manual skinning them son of a guns. Yeah, we worked on, I don't know how many B-52s we worked on there, and they just bomb rack after bomb rack after bomb rack after bomb rack, bombing Tokyo and Saigon both times. And they just finally
Bombing.
faded them plumb out.
Bombing.
Huh?
You said you bombing Tokyo?
No, not Tokyo, no. Hell, they wasn't, the 52 didn't come out till shit.
Yeah,
50,
yeah.
but it dropped some bombs in
Bombing North Korea?
Korea.
But Korea.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because my wife, after she graduated from school, she was secretary up to Wichita place. And she was getting ready to come home and quit. He said, well, come on, I want to show you what you've been working on. And it was the first B-52 sitting in the hangar in there.
So when did you retire from Douglas?
Huh?
When did you retire from Douglas?
92.
92.
Yeah.
And came back to Bartlesville?
Oh, I just lived here. I go back and forth.
Oh, you lived in Bartlesville?
Oh,
You go
yeah,
back and
back.
forth? Yeah.
Had carpool and then the company furnished us van.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was luxury then.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it could cost us $13 or something a week. And you couldn't drive your car for that. Yeah, it was 14 passenger Ford vans. Boy, they're in nice.
Would you join the Army again?
Huh?
Would you join the Army again?
If I had to, I would. Because I got an AK-47 on, and it's got the clip in it. All I got to do is pull the trigger, and it's gone.
Today, when you hear basic training,
Huh?
today, when you hear basic training, what do you think of?
What did I think of?
When you hear basic training?
When I hit basic training?
No, when you hear basic training today, what do you think of?
Well, I've never been around it, but it's not like it was before. Because a DI drill instructor can't do what he was doing in the days I went through. Kicking ass and everything.
When you hear troop ship, troop ship,
Troop ship.
when you hear troop ship, what do you think of?
Well, going back across that pond again, I guess.
Japan.
I'll tell you, right today, if I was able to really walk the streets, I would love to go back to town in Tokyo and just walk the streets where it was all bombed out. Tokyo Central, when I was there, was nothing. There was one little square building like you see around, and that's where the railway, they call them railway transportation operators stayed. And they would tell the GI where to get the train to go back to their base. And we could go up and get the one that was set in Nakano and get on it and go to the base and get on and start Nakano and come to Tokyo.
Where were you based in Japan?
Nakano.
Nakano?
Yeah, and they finally, this old colonel we had, he finally named the old base, God dang it, right on my tongue. I can't remember what. Anyway, when I first went there, there was no name for the base or anything. It just chill. They say, I don't know for sure, 12 minutes and there wasn't nothing but ashes laying down. That's how fast it burned. All floors.
Was Tokyo pretty well torn up when you were there? Was Tokyo pretty well torn up when you were there?
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. You could go, when we wasn't escort on our motorcycle, we'd come to town in the Deucenet. You could see B-29s shuffling out there, GI stuff and everything, and cracks, getting shot out. Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Was the Japanese cleaning the city up?
The Japanese themselves was pretty good.
Yeah. Were they cleaning up Tokyo?
Huh?
Were they cleaning up Tokyo?
Well, what they could.
Yeah.
Hell, they didn't have no vehicles. They moved. See one going down the road. All at once they stopped me, build a farm back, and I guess.
When you hear Korea,
Huh?
Korea,
Yeah.
when you hear Korea, what do you think of?
Which mountain are we gonna climb tonight? Walk, walk, walk.
Vietnam.
I kind of enjoyed Vietnam, except I hated to go out on a mission fair to get my ass shot off. And I did. The day that I got shot up, I was second ship in the escort bunch. Because what we'd do, we'd escort these bigger ships and let them unload. And there was 3 of them already shot down. And old Deal, he was a color boy, real good old boy, like 3 months to retire. I looked and all I could see was white smoke. They hit him, killed him, plane cracked up, and the co-pilot got brain concussion out of it. And when we got back to we had a zone, we called it. I got to checking mine over, my damn rollerblades shot all to pieces. You couldn't hear them on that, but you could hear when they hit the frame and go, ting, ting, ting. But I told my pilot, he called me aside and he says, Carter, come here. I said, oh, well, you're going to chew my ass out about. He says, when we are by ourselves, call me Keith. My name is Keith Reinhardt, but when there's anybody else around, use a yes sir, no sir. And I'd be sitting on the helicopter there waiting on him. Is she ready to go? And I said, if she wasn't ready to go, I wouldn't be sitting here. We had a dearmament place we'd pull out of the airport, go down this open field and pull all the pins out and had to hold them and count them, make sure everything was all right, and take on off and hope you made it back. We had 3 in our 10 of 6 killed over there, just that little short order.
I'd like to ask, in Korea, what is your worst memory of Korea?
Freezing myself until I got that boy's sleeping bag.
What's your worst memory of Vietnam?
Well, it still bothers me that when Jim got killed over, we just like brothers here in town. Where I was at, he was at, vice versa. And that's the only thing that bothers me. Because his daughter came in from New York and been first time I'd seen her since we buried Jim. And that was in '64. And hell, I broke and cried. And her little younger sister called, and I was talking on the phone, and she says, and Marlo says, I want you to talk to somebody. So she got on the phone, and I said, yeah. I said, who is this? She said, this is Libby. Well, who is this? I said, it's Uncle Rosie. That's what they call me when all three of them was kids.
Yeah.
Uncle Rosie, I'll be right there. So that's the way it ended. She's real nice.
When you hear Franklin Roosevelt,
Huh?
when you hear the name Franklin Roosevelt, what do you think of?
Who? Roosevelt? Best damn Democrat we ever had. And I voted Democrat for years. But that bomber, he blew me up. Indian born in the United States. They got proof on him now they was born overseas. And they're talking mighty seriously about cutting his payroll off. And that's serving right.
How about Harry Truman?
Who?
Harry Truman.
The buck stops here. And to me, Harry done everything he could do to end that war. And he hated to say, bomb them with atomic bomb. And that didn't do it. Okay, he hit him with another one. And that was the end of it right there.
How about Dwight Eisenhower?
He was a Jersey and shits. He wasn't with a damn. He caused a lot of our stuff today.
How about John Kennedy?
Kennedy, he was the first president that never accepted a paycheck. Never. Trump is never. He's already donated $1 million to damage on Texas.
How do you want to be remembered?
Who?
How do you want to be remembered?
Well, I try to be now honest and tell as much as truth as I can tell. Because I hate a damn liar. And my neighbor is a big liar. And he thinks, boy, he's really feeding me some shit. But he's Navy, ex-Navy, and I've told him, I says, I went to the grocery store here a while back, and I was making out my paycheck, and I told this gal, I says, what'd you say the cents was up there? And she says, $60.14. But forget it, the couple behind you, pal, he paid your bill. And he's wearing a hat like this, and he hadn't got a free meal yet. I got a free meal out to Murphy's last night.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No, but I'm about to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Well, sir, this is an excellent interview.
Huh?
This is an excellent interview. I want to thank you for your service and thank you for the interview. And
Yeah.
again, this is September 11th, 2017. My name is Joe Todd. This has been an interview at Leroy Carter in Bartlesville, Oklahoma.
Right.
Thank you.